Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. I am away this week. I am puppy sitting, house sitting, and so I thought that I'd just show you the lovely view of the backyard. Guys, I apologize for not being on YouTube last week. As most of you guys know, I'm working with three lovely ladies on a side project, and basically they needed me. So I wasn't able to go live last week, and there's no real way for me to put up and advise that I'm not going live if something happens. So I do apologize for that. But my plan is, again, to go live Sunday night at 7 p.m. and Monday on YouTube, 7 p.m. So as always, choose the number that resonates with you, watch that part of the video, and that will be your free weekly reading. Just a reminder that for the month of December, anybody that is a subscriber on my TikTok channel or a member on my YouTube channel can book a 30-minute reading for a discounted price of $50, which is almost half price. A 30-minute reading is normally $80. Just for the month of December to celebrate Christmas. Also, I will be selling gift vouchers for a reading. So they will also be at the discounted price because they're meant to be, for December, for Christmas, for presents, for the holiday period, Happy Hanukkah, all of that. So if you don't know what to get somebody or you want to just add something to the cherry on the top of the cake, feel free to send me an email at thegreenpsychic@gmail.com. And I can organize the gift certificates or the readings. Okay, so let's celebrate Christmas. Let's get this positive energy flowing. Speaking of flowing, let's get on with the video. Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me again on a Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay, so if you didn't watch the intro or the TikTok video, I am house sitting this week, puppy sitting. So even though I'm on location, I still bought my reading mat. Okay, so if you chose pile number 1, this is your reading. Just a reminder, guys, as I'm doing this, I'm going to be live 7 p.m. Sunday night on TikTok and 7 p.m. on YouTube. Also for the month of December, if you are a subscriber on TikTok or a member on YouTube, I am offering discounted 30-minute readings. So instead of $80, I'm doing them for $50 for the month of December. If you're interested, send me an email, thegreenpsychic@gmail.com, and I can organize that. And for everybody, I am doing Christmas gift certificates. So if you're looking for a present for somebody, you don't know what to get them, not a bad idea. They're also going to be discounted at $50 for the reading. If you're interested, send me an email. Okay, so this is actually good. Your card, for your overall card here is conflict, and it's upside down. It's an ending, okay? Coming up to the end of the year, I feel like the energy right now is very volatile. People are feeling burnt out and just, I can't be bothered, just go away. So it is kind of avoiding conflict, but I feel like that even if you do have a fight with somebody at the moment and there's a bit of snappy, bitchy, whatever, it's just going to disappear into the air. It's not going to turn into a big thing because everybody is getting out that frustration and that, just, whatever. Because it's like, again, it's an ending of letting that go. It's not even a conscious thing that you need to do, although if you want to put energy into it, please, by all means, do. But it's kind of letting go of that energy because we're preparing for the next thing. Automatically we think we're preparing for Christmas, but it's not necessarily that. It's kind of like I'm preparing for the next chapter. I'm done with this. I'm over and done. It's over and done with. I'm sick of it. I know a lot of people personally are cutting ties at the moment with toxic people and people that, so by all means, that's part of what this is, getting rid of those red flags out of your life, okay? So this is, again, that's actually good because it's something that you're going to be doing anyway, but if you put more energy into that, you'll get a lot more energy out of it, okay? So this is a really good card. This is a wish card, okay? This is the home card. safe as houses. It's kind of retreating back into your own space. This is kind of, again, about taking back your energy, getting rid of the people that drain you of your energy, and, relaxing at home and just recharging with your own personal energy, okay? So again, this is kind of like the end of a chapter here, and this is actually kind of not necessarily the beginning of a new chapter, but this is kind of, you're in that process of recharging, just like a battery, okay? Somebody's drained you, now you're recharging here, okay? But while you're doing this, it's peace and happiness and harmony and things working out the way you want. This is a very positive card. So it's not like you've broken up with somebody, you're heartbroken, you need that time to get together and you go through depression. And no, that's not what it is. It's kind of that whole, oh, just get away from me. Okay, thank you. And now you sit down, have a cup of coffee and like, what am I going to do today? It's that sort of positive energy. Okay, now let's get to the next card. All right, so this is actually good as well. This is not a card of reflection. When it's upside down, it's saying you don't need to double check yourself. You didn't do anything wrong. Stop overdoing it. Just focus on yourself, okay? You don't need to be focusing on everything and everybody else right now. There's going to be time for that later on, but right now it really is about letting go of that the toxic people, staying away from conflict, like just letting it all go, having time to yourself to recharge. And part of that is not overthinking, not stressing, not worrying, did I say the wrong thing? Did I make the right decision? No, you just stop, okay? Now is the time to try and turn off your brain and just like focus on yourself. This woman is like, look at her. She's looking over her shoulder. She's got the mirror here. She's looking there. She's like trying to check every aspect of her life. That upside down is saying you need to take a step back and just focus on yourself, okay? Now, the last card here is actually the Spirit Path card. So this is great. If you follow this little formula that's going on here, you are on the right track to bring yourself happiness and get what you want out of life, okay? The stronger you get at getting rid of people that are toxic, that set off red flags, that do nothing but drain energy from you and cause you headaches, even if they don't intentionally mean it, even if it's nothing big, like, small comments here and there, still get away from them, because at the end of the day, it's kind of like these are the people that you dread. The phone rings and you see it's them and you're like, oh, I don't want to talk to you. Oh, here we go. Or I've got to have lunch with this. No, you need to get rid of that. Okay. You need to recharge. You need to realize that normally when you're in this state, in this situation where you've just done, it's because you've done everything you possibly can. You've tried to make a difference. You've tried to explain. You've tried this, you've tried that. And now it's just like you're beating your head against a brick wall. So, you're getting a headache. So you need to stop. You need to pull back, and you need to understand that you did nothing wrong. Okay. Now, the more you do this and the stronger you get at it and the more confident you get at it, you're actually doing something, a second thing as well. What you're doing is you're sending your energy out there to block people like this, to block that sort of energy from people that just suck the life out of you. And what I mean by that is moving forward on your spiritual path, there'll be people that you just automatically won't click with, you won't connect with. And when you look into it, you'll see that automatically there's all these red flags. They might remind you of somebody from the past that you've cut out, and it's kind of like, well, I'm not getting in here. And you're going to feel like you dodged a bullet. And that means... That also means that because you're pushing these people out of your life, you're going to understand what it's like to have true friends and true connections with people that don't suck the life out of you, where it is 50-50. So not only are you getting rid of the bad, but you're starting to learn and recognize people with good energy and the people you should have around you, which is a very powerful thing as well, because what you send out, you get back. So look, this is a really important learning stage for you, because you're actually going to start appreciating that you can go and spend the day with somebody and come home and still feel energetic, like, oh, I'm going to go clean the house, rather than being around those people that by the time you get home, you just want to crawl into bed and like, oh my God, it was such a, even if you didn't have a fight with them, even if they didn't say anything, there are people around you that drain that energy out of you. And this stage right here with this reading, it is a from a source of you have tried, and it just goes over their head. So unfortunately, you do need to give that up and let that go, okay? And it is going to bring you a lot of happiness. You're going to have a lot of positive energy for everything that's coming next, good or bad. Doesn't matter. That's not what this is talking about. But either way, you're going to have that energy. And let's face it, when good things happen, great. When bad things happen, we need this recharged positive energy. Because if we're feeling down in the dumps and, oh, poor me, and we get a flat tire, oh my God, it can be the end of the world and this, that, and the other. But if we've recharged and we've got our own dose of positive energy, of energy, and we get a flat tire, we're very much more like to go, great, all right, well, let's get this sorted. You either change the tire yourself or you call the NRMA or a friend or whatever, but you handle that problem a lot more effectively. You don't let that negative energy overwhelm and add to the baggage you've already got, because you are learning to let go of that baggage. So again, it's perspective. It's your energy. You can either sit there and deal with a flat tire and, oh my God, it's the end of the world and blah, 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 and go off about it for, or you can go, okay, I've got a flat tire, I can deal with it. And that kind of mindset, it's kind of an automatic response depending on your energy. Okay. And that's what this reading is about. This isn't actually advice that you need to change this week. It's more like, this is happening. Recognize it, go with it, enjoy it, and understand what is happening around you. You're getting rid of toxic people. You're recharging. You're focusing on yourself, and you're going to feel a lot positive, a lot better, a lot stronger. And that's what this whole thing is. Look at you, look at your energy grow, and understand that energy is a real thing. And if it keeps getting sucked out of you by people and situations around you, and you don't learn how to bring that energy back, well, that's going to lead to unhappiness. That's basically what it's always been. But you're learning that now, which means you are going to move forward. You're going to have more energy. You're going to be happier. You're going to be smiling a lot more for no reason. Okay? Guys, I really hope that helped. As always, if you want a full reading, or if you want the gift certificates, or to book a December reading, contact me at thegreenpsychic@gmail.com. And don't forget, I'll be live Sunday night at 7 p.m. on TikTok, 7 p.m. on Monday night on YouTube. Until then, blessed be. Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me to get on a Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay, if you didn't watch the intro or the TikTok video, I am actually on location. I'm house sitting and puppy sitting. So if you hear them in the background, I do apologize. If you chose pile number 2, this is your reading. Okay, guys, so for the month of December, I am discounting readings $50 for half an hour instead of $80, so I am reducing that for December. I'm also doing the gift certificates. So if you don't know what to get somebody for Christmas, or you want to just add that cherry on top of the cake, the gift certificates are for 30 minutes. They do cost $50. That's the discounted price for the month of December only. So if you are interested in that, or a full reading, contact me at thegreenpsychic@gmail.com. Okay, so this is a very positive card for you. This is the Older Man card. Look, I'm getting hit with this. This might be for one or two specific people, but there's worry around an older gentleman, maybe a father-in-law, health issues. It's going to be okay, all right? Yes, there is writing on the wall. You could say, it's coming, but it's not imminent. It's not about to happen. I think you're good for the rest of the year, okay? Apart from that, this card is somebody that's hit rock bottom, has picked themselves up, learnt from the past, and can confidently storm the future. Okay, so this is kind of like, it's like the universe is saying to me to tell you guys that you have the tools you need. You have learned the lessons to bring yourself peace and happiness. Now, the choices are in your hands of what you do. Okay, I think at this stage, I feel like you guys have learnt enough to know what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. And what I mean by that is, you know that you shouldn't be putting up with toxic people. You shouldn't be putting your attention into somebody that, into any sort of relationship where it's not 50-50, that you're not getting anything back. You know that nothing good can come from being around that sort of situation or that sort of people. You've done it to death. You've done it in the past. You've learnt, that you shouldn't be doing that, okay? So this is what this is saying. Now that you've learnt that you can move forward and have good relationships with people. You know what to look out for, what to avoid, what to not put up with. if you start to go down a track where you're like, oh, this is like hypothetically, oh, this is the bad boy, and I'm just really attracted to him, but I know that he's not going to treat me right, then this is kind of like, well, to pull yourself back and go, look, no, I'm not going down that track again, because all I'm going to do is hurt myself and get hurt. And what that does is set you back on your personal journey, on your spiritual path, your personal journey. Okay. And it's kind of like the universe is saying, look, you know what you should and shouldn't be doing right now. The choice is up to you. That's where free will comes into it. But you are smart enough to be making the right decisions, and it's time to be making the right decisions. Okay. So yes, it's kind of like avoiding bad people, bad situations and stuff like that. But it's also, you're starting to learn what brings you happiness, what pulls you out of that funk. Maybe you got a hobby, maybe you've got a TV show, maybe whatever that plan, whatever that's been working for you, you need to embrace that a lot more. You need to keep working on that, so it is not just a source of bringing you out of depression or out of anger or out of a bad situation, but it's also something that you can focus on while you're feeling positive to bring you bonus positive energy. Okay, maybe hypothetically you took up knitting when you're really angry and depressed to get through a bad breakup, and that helped you. Concentrating on the knitting helped you, and then gave you that peace of mind where you had a little bit of a break from all the heartache. Now that you're over that, don't just put the knitting down until next time. Keep knitting, because that will, now that you're in a good place, all that'll do is give you bonus energy. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Now, first card out, here you go. This is the succubus card. This is people and energy beings, people and situations like work and all that, draining you of your energy, okay? So this is kind of like, look, you have the tools to deal with this. You know how to deal with this. Look, it could be you're stuck at work, and because it's coming up to end of year, the boss is being a real asshole and micromanaging and get this done. Okay, there may not be physically anything you can do to change that situation, but you've learned in the past to, like, okay, I'm not going to get sucked into this. Yeah, everything's urgent, but I can only do what I can do. And it's kind of a situation of rolling your eyes and just, you know what? Yep, just agree with the boss and keep doing what you're doing and not let it get to you, Whatever the situation is. Maybe it's you go home and start knitting, and that's what gets rid of your anger. But this is a reminder that you have the tools, because I do feel like that there is a stressful period around at the moment, regardless of what it is. It could be work, it could be dealing with your next door neighbor, it could be dealing with your long lost girlfriend, whatever it might be. But yeah, there is a bit of a situation there. But look, I don't want to say it's bad, because I do feel like that you're going to overcome it because you know how to, all right? So this could actually be the universe is throwing you something difficult that you know how to deal with, and you get over it very quickly as to show you, look at what you're capable of, it's kind of, I kind of feel like it's more of that sort of a situation rather than a heads up there's going to be something that drains you of your energy. Hello, my little fluffy butt princess. Okay, all right, you can sit on my lap, but don't touch the camera. Oh, I love you. Sorry, again, puppy sitting, remember? All right, so the next card over is the love card upside down. So this is kind of like, what's your heart? Again, this is, don't wear your heart on your sleeve. This is kind of, again, you know when to not take things personally. And that's what I'm saying about this work. As an example, your boss could be jumping all over your ass and treating you like shit because, everything needs to be done by the end of the year. And it's kind of like, well, don't take it personally, because it's not just you that they're onto. They're onto everybody. So when people change their attitude and treat us like that, it's very hard for us to not turn around and go, well, what did I do wrong? Why all of a sudden is this happening? Is this person treating me like this? What did I do? No, don't do that, okay? Don't take it personally. Don't get your feelings hurt if, because that's the situation at the moment, okay? And this could be personal. Your best friend could be very short with you and very down in the dumps. And it's kind of like, look, coming up to end of year, there's burnout, there's frustration, there's a lot going on. Don't take it personally. If it is your friend and they've hurt your feelings or whatever, by all means, have that conversation. But it's kind of like, let it all roll off you at the moment, because this isn't, I want to say to you that, oh my God, you should see the way this puppy is on my shoulder. yeah, it's don't take it personally, because I feel like it's just a situation that's happening at the moment. No point going into the details, because I feel like if you do open that door to, well, don't talk to me like that, I feel like it's going to open a massive can of worms. Okay, so I'm a very big firm believer in standing up for yourself, but there are also times and situations where it's not a case of standing up for yourself, it's a case of just understanding that this person is kind of off their trap. There's a reason why this person is doing this. Like, the boss is only writing your ass because it's end of year and things need to be finalized. So it's kind of like, look, an understanding process. And instead of standing up for yourself, it's more like, okay, well, I'm going to just do what I'm doing and understand that this isn't personal and just let it go. Okay, that's what this card is saying. Now, your last card here is the, overseas travel card. Now, this is very, I know that there is a lot of overseas travel going on at the moment, obviously coming up to end of year. People are going on holidays, and there's Christmas and travel for families and all that great stuff. So I do feel very positive about all of that. So if you are actually booking an overseas travel, I'm feeling positive about that. And if you watch me on a regular basis, I do normally warn you, overseas travel, there's been, it hasn't been a good year for it. But at the moment, it is very positive, ironically, when we're on the verge of, everything that's going on. Now, apart from that, this card is actually symbolizing this whole thing that we've been talking about is progress, getting over it, moving forward. So it's not so much the situation that's going to move forward. It's more so you as a person are going to grow. You're going to learn when not to take things. Oh, thank you for the kisses, Bubba. You're going to learn when not to take things personally. You're going to learn that how strong you are, and you've been through this. You're going to learn when to switch off so people don't drain your energy, so you don't buy into their bullshit. So just because the boss is running around like a chicken with their head chopped off doesn't mean you have to. And you're learning that, okay? And this is kind of like, you're gonna get through this period and look at your boss, and your boss is gonna have no hair left because they've ripped it all out. But because you've kept your composure and just gone about things and not taken it personally, you're like, okay, well, see you next year. And you can leave with a smile on your face because it didn't affect you like it did the boss. Or the thing here is, or you can buy into that and run around, get upset just like the boss, and don't speak to me, and I can only do what I can do, and all of that, which is just going to cause conflict and bullshit and drama, and it's not going to go anywhere, and you're going to be stuck with all that anger and hate. And when you go on holidays, end of year, you're going to be like, oh, I don't want to go back because blah, 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 blah. You can go down that path, but why would you want to? This is kind of, well, it's not really a choice at the moment. It's always a choice, but this is kind of saying this is what's happening. And it's up to you to, I feel like the readings today are about noticing what you're actually doing and how strong you're getting and how much you've accomplished, and that you are switching off to things that suck your energy, and you are learning to not take things personally. That's making you stronger. And by stronger, I mean happier, and you can deal with a lot more. This isn't, don't get, when I say that to people, their heart normally drops. Oh, I could deal with a lot more, but no, don't tell me there's more coming. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's that you are being able to be confident in your everyday life, and you're becoming stronger and happier and more peaceful, okay? And this is a lot of, look at how far you've come. That's basically what this card is saying. All right, guys, I will leave it there. If you do, I will be live on TikTok 7 p.m. Sunday night, and YouTube on Monday night at 7 p.m. If you do want a full reading, you can contact me at thegreenpsychic@gmail.com. Other than that, I hope you have a great week, and blessed be. Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me again on a Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay, if you chose pile number 3, this is your reading. Just quickly, guys, for the month of December, I am reducing my 30-minute readings from $80 to $50 to celebrate Christmas, to say thank you, all that great stuff. I'm also offering gift certificates. So if you don't know what to get somebody for Christmas, or you would just want to add a stocking stuffer or a cherry on top of the cake, you can get gift certificates also for 30-minute readings, also at the cost of $50. Okay, if you do want any of that or a full reading, you can email me at thegreenpsychic@gmail.com. And now let's get into it. Okay, you've got the positivity card, and it is upside down, okay? Now, for anybody, for regulars, you know that this card does not mean, when it's upside down, negative energy or negativity, okay? The opposite of any emotion is in emotion. So again, when you see this positivity card upside down, it's kind of like you've got to picture life as a flat line, okay? And now a lot of people take that as it's boring, nothing's going on, nothing's happening. What I like to say is that that line is where we as people on a spiritual journey need to aim for, because that line is just everyday happiness and waking up with a smile on your face. It's no big dramas, no fires you need to put out, but it's also no, yeah, it is no like exciting, oh my God, I'm going to the Grammys and I'm going to, all of that stuff is great, but generally what we want in life is peace and happiness, the ability to wake up and not dread the day ahead and to be happy, and to go about our life without, all this anxiety and worry and stress. And that's what this positivity card is saying. You're in a blessed state right now, whether you realize it or not. That's what's coming for you. There are no big dramas that you need to put down. But again, just because there isn't any big events or, you might not have Christmas plans, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. All that means don't turn it into a negative, oh, nobody loves me or I've got no, don't do that, okay? You need to look at it like, well, I can do whatever the hell I want. If I want to stay in bed all day, then I can. If I want to walk around the house naked, eating cereal at 10 o'clock at night, you can do that. This is what this card is saying. It's kind of, when it's upside down, it does symbolize freedom. But why I'm stressing this to you guys is a lot of people, when they see that flat line or try to understand what I'm saying, they kind of get, when they're in this state, it's kind of like a lot of people look at it as, again, oh, it's boring, I have no friends, I have no social life, blah, 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 blah. But again, I've got to pull people back and say, but you're happy, aren't you? Because, not a lot's going on. You can focus on yourself and do your own thing. Oh, yeah, I suppose. No, that's the way you've got to look at it, okay? In this context, my life is very boring, and I'm very happy about that because other people's definition of boring is my definition of peace and harmony. I can focus on what I need to focus. I've got a clear head and a clear mind. And, I've got down times where I've got this positive energy because there's no fires to be putting out, that I am teaching myself all these new things, which will come into play at a later date. But, that's what I've got to say. So if there isn't a lot going on, don't be down about that. Don't think, oh, I'm bored. Go and do something that you enjoy or do something new that you haven't done. That's what this is all about. Now, first card out. See, this is great. I feel like straight away we're talking about mindsets. So I've just been trying to explain to you the difference in mindset of looking at something and the energy being flat and going, okay, it's boring, there's nothing going on. That's one mindset, kind of a negative mindset. A positive mindset is, well, nothing's going on. I can do whatever I want right now. I've got me time. It's changing the mindset, okay? Now, this blessing card is the best card you can get in my deck of cards. The fact that it's upside down just means that there is a blessing for you around the corner. There's something good coming for you. It could be something tangible, like a really nice present. It could be something lucky, like winning the lotto. But it could be something simple, like, a situation working out perfectly to your advantage. Okay. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. Like I said, mindset. Now, this is coming. So to me, it's saying if you get into this positive headspace, if you turn this around and just realize that, you're actually in a good space, then this blessing is coming for you. Okay. Something good is going to happen. It's like you're learning a lesson right now to enjoy what you have. So it could be that, there's family Christmas coming up. I'm going to use this as an example, and you don't talk to this person and you can't stand that person, and you have to all get together and you're like really dreading it. This blessing could be that this year, because of cost of living, everybody's just doing a small thing with their immediate family and that's it, instead of a big get together and all of that. And you're like, oh my gosh, thank God I don't have to put up with this person and that person. I can just go have lunch or dinner or whatever, be there for a couple of hours and then go home. It's a blessing, okay? There's a blessing of something coming for you like that. And again, it's that positive flat line. Look, yes, we're going to have lunch and all of that. it's not something where you're like over the top, oh my God, Christmas like a kid, but it's also not something that you're dreading as an adult, like having to catch up with people. So again, there's a blessing here of something working out in your favor, as long as you take advantage of understanding that when things are slow and not a lot's going on, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. That's how it should be. So the whole point of life is to live your life, to focus on yourself. And I don't mean that as long as you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, go with God. But when life is flat, when the energy is flat, that's what I'm talking about, peace and harmony. That's when it is time for you to focus on yourself, which is the point of life. Okay? Now, okay, this is the Go With The Flow card. This is like, check out, I really love this card. It's one of my favorites. Not just because of its meaning, but because of the card itself. This guy's just, floating in outer space, just going with the flow. Nothing's bothering him. He's just, this is a waterfall. So yeah, this could be the blessing taking you on your journey. But this really is just enjoy the ride, okay? Again, accept where you are and just go with the flow. It's not a situation of, oh, I've got no plans, I need to go and make plans and I need to... No, you really don't. Just chill, just do whatever you want. There's no urgency, there's no fire to put out, so just enjoy the ride. Now, this symbol here is a symbol of protection, and regardless of which way you turn it, it's protecting you. So it's kind of like you are protected, you're going to be all right now. You don't need to do anything big, just go with the flow, all right? The last card here, again, even though this isn't the card I'm feeling when I turn that over, I felt like the saying, safe as houses. It's all going to be okay. All right. Now, this card, you can see it's got the angel wings and the halo and the love heart up here. This is a card of innocence, and this is really, it is all going to be okay. Now, here's the mother duck leading her ducklings. These ducklings are projects. These are things that you have to do and things that you may be worried about doing. Like, again, I've got to go Christmas shopping. I've got to find presents for this person. I've got to have lunch with that person. I've got to catch up with this person. It might seem like a bit of a headache at the moment, but again, just go with the flow. You're going to get each of these things done. These are like, it's like a to-do list, this card, all right? And these ducks are the to-do things. And overall, you're going to get tick, 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 tick. It's all going to be taken care of. Stop stressing. Stop worrying. You're going to get through it. You know you're going to get through it. So you know you're going to get through it. Why stress about, oh, I've got to go Christmas shopping and I've got to get this person a present, that person a present. And you're stressing about it. But you know that you are going to go Christmas shopping and you are going to find them presents. So why are you stressing about it? Just be like, okay, I'm off to do the shopping now. This is the kind of what I keep saying about the mindset. Get yourself into that positive mindset, because throwing out all this negative energy and, it just, especially right now, it will just propel. If you're stressing, oh my God, I've got to go to the shops, and then you get to the shops and, oh, there's no parking because everybody's here. It starts building, and then you get into the shopping and say, oh, there's people everywhere. And, it just gets building and building all this negative energy. And, why do that to yourself? That at this point, it's a choice to be doing that to yourself. Or you can turn around and go, look, I know that I'm going to get their presents, so it's going to be fine. And then while you're on the drive there, before you get to the shopping center, you're like, oh, okay, I know parking's going to be a little bit tricky, but whatever, I'm not in a rush, whatever. And you'll find a parking spot that'll just open up like that. That's what we call the parking angels. And then you go in and you're like, oh, okay, I know there's going to be a lot of people in here, but it is Christmas. Isn't it nice that everybody's shopping and doing for other people? Do you understand what I mean about the mindset? And it kind of relaxes you and your energy kind of chills, which is how you want to be. You don't want to constantly be angry and negative and upset and depressed and vengeful and all that shit. You'd rather be peaceful and happy. And the more you do this, you're learning to put out that positive, peaceful energy. And that's what you'll end up attracting. And you'll stand there at one point and probably think of what I'm saying and look around and be like, oh my God, look at all these people with their head chopped off. And like, there's going to be yelling and screaming, no, I want that, no. And you're like, oh my God. And you're going to smile because you understand what it's like to be in that headspace, that situation. But you've made the right choices to turn around and be in a positive headspace. And you can't help but smile at some people that are so wound tight, and you're like, oh, I know that feeling. I'm just glad that I'm not wound up like that. I'm just doing what I need to do, and then I'm going to go home and maybe have a nap if I feel like it. It's that sort of a situation. Okay, guys, I really hope that helped. Again, if you do want a full reading or any of the discounted gift certificates, just email me at The Green Psychic. I will be live Sunday night at 7 p.m. on TikTok and 7 p.m. on YouTube on Monday. Until next week, or until then, blessed be.